Hi, this is HPCrazy and Dr. Pink, and today I'm going to talk about ass-kicking rock guitar 2. So, Hi, this is HPCrazy and Dr. Pink, and today I'm going to talk about ass-kicking rock guitar 2. There's an ass-kicking rock guitar 1 somewhere in the playlist. I'm going to maybe add a link below. But this is 2, and this is how it sounds. Yo, and so on. We're gonna check out a few tricks which work pretty easily here. Looks much harder than it is. Still, it's not completely easy, but if you know the right tricks, it's pretty easy to do cool stuff like this, and you're gonna sound like a big boss. Yo. As usual, we're first gonna check out the rhythm guitar, which is pretty easy. That's basically the rhythm guitar. Very simple, very basic technique for the rhythm guitar. You have a D5 chord. If you want to play with the drop D tuning, it works as well. Then just tune down the low E string to a D. Gives more punch, but you can play with normal tune guitar, and then you play damped note on the D string. So, and the trick is this technique. Play the damped note, and the chord above, you release the damping just by moving the hand up. And the other trick is you play 2 damped notes and 1 chord note, and then this way the accent just moves around. All the same, sounds very cool. There's another little figure which helps as well. You can put that in any place you like. Then you move from D5, you move down here to C5, which is here in the 1st fret, open G string. That is the entire first part. You can do as you like. And then it goes to F5. You can just play the power chord, or you can play. You can continue the figure which I explained before. Second time F5, G5, and then you end up in A5. And that's it. So let's play it. Yo, there's another trick. I mean, the techniques are very simple, but that you really get the right drive, they're really punchy, and it's really ass-kicking. There's a trick. So the trick is, let's start from the F5. And and then you make an anticipation. That means when you switch to G5, it comes on 4 and. When you count 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2. And also here's the anticipation on 4 and on D5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And sometimes you keep the note till the 1 and you count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So, and this way you get more punch. And this rhythm which I play now on the A5, I doubled up with the drums. When you listen, I play it again, the entire thing again, and here there's double up with the drums. F5. Now it comes. So that's the main trick. Still, the rhythm guitar is pretty simple once you have the basic techniques down, but these little tricks, and of course, the more you're in the mood of ass kicking, I'll come back to that back later, the more punch you have. So now let's check the lead guitar. Lead sound settings. I'm using an AXFX2 multiprocessor here, and this is an orange amp emulation, and I have some delay on it, a lot of delay, set on the quarter beat of the song, and there is some wah also, but you can also work without wah. Good. I'm gonna explain the stuff without the wah first. This track is on 120 beats per minute. That's a very good tempo. Why is it so? Because this is like tax, 2, wait. So this is the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now when you have, if you play straight 8 notes, daga, 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 daga. So, and you add some really cool effects, or some really, you work with harmonics and bendings, vibrators, you really sound cool. You don't need to play fast, just play proper, straight, very precise 8s like a machine. This was in a D minor pentatonics first position. Same thing again with a lot of harmonics, and that shit really sounds cool. And if you really stay steady. See, works pretty fine. The backing track is a little bit too loud for my things. Hold on. Go down back. I just needed to fix the volume because the backing track was too loud. So play proper 8s. Work on your articulations and your Good, now I'm back, so I just need to fix the volume because the backing track was too loud compared to the lead guitar. Otherwise you will not hear what I'm playing. So, playing straight 8s like a machine, but having a proper articulation like harmonics, bendings or stuff like that, really on this 120 beats per minute, really makes it sound great. Playing proper 8s doesn't mean you have to play all the time. Just means that you have this feeling of playing proper 8s. So just in the mood of 8s, you can play anything, but whatever you do, try to control your tone, because if your tone is nothing, you can play anything you like. It doesn't sound really good. So that's the main trick. That's a really good trick. Another good trick which works great on this ass-kicking rock guitar stuff is double stops, of course, and these the main double stops which really work cool here in the 10th fret, 10 and 12. But again, play proper straight 8s and really be... That really works great. See, I mean, this is I think most of you already know this licks with the double stops, but it's not about the lick, it's about the way you play it. Because as I'm always telling you, it's not the notes, what you're playing, it's you, which emotions you're getting into the music you're playing. Then you can play licks like everybody plays, and they sound completely different if you want to have this ass-kicking rock guitar thing. And then really play that way. Sounds completely different than like no punch, nothing, but really be a... That's the big difference between, if you think, okay, why it's not sounding the same way as that doo-doo, which sounds great to me, because you don't give the right emotions into it. Then comes the second thing. Now we want to have some speed. In this case, we have to double up the speed to 16 notes. What are 16 notes? For those who don't know it till now, 4 notes per beat. Daga, 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 daga. Stuff like this. Or it's even better in this case, I really recommend hammer and pull-off licks. And the best would be to have some repeating patterns going on. Repeating patterns are patterns who repeat themselves all the time in 16 notes. They really work great on stuff like this. Get your steady 8s going on and then add some repeating licks, such as this one here is the best from my opinion, this easy one. Here bending. So make the bending in a 12, 10, 13. To really make it sound great, you add some wah-wah motion in it. Playing the same lick all the time, but you make the motion with the wah. Sounds really cool. See, very cool, very easy. Of course, you need things a little bit together that you can play like this. And the main thing when you end it up, you have to end it up with a highlight, like the bending or whatever is in your current playing level possible. Another cool repeating lick would be, it's a short, very easy one. Make a little bar here in the 10th, and you make pull off here 13, 10, 13, 10. Same thing, you ended up with a highlight like the bend and add emotion with the wah-wah. Works great. yeah, really cool stuff. And then just get into those high bendings and stuff like that, and really get it going and really put that ass-kicking rock guitar thing into it. I give a short example. Start off with simple 8s. What happened now, because I wanted to create emotion, more tension, I just moved this simple pull-off flick, moved it one position up in the pentatonics, and as I said, ended up in a highlight. Here in the 17th is the highlight. Maybe one day I'm gonna tell the real story about the high G, but I noticed during a gig I had many years ago that this note really has an effect on women, really, because they started to dance. Well, I just played this note all the time, and then suddenly all women in that there was a pub started to dance, and I stopped playing the note, they stopped dancing. Really funny. Good. Now for those who are really fast fingers, you can even double up the speed. Of course, you always can. So you go to tremolo picking if you want. So you go into the 16 notes, and then you want to make it even faster. You switch to 32th notes, which is tremolo picking, or this one here. And you double up the speed to create even more tension, or you go into tremolo picking. As you like, the tremolo picking itself is not really a problem, but to switch between the different playing techniques from the 16 notes, from the 8 notes to 32th notes is a little bit tricky, that you don't get a gap there. That's the main problem on that, but the principle is easy. Yo, I hope you understood the principle, which is really very easy. We have just 3 timing signatures. We have 8s, we have 16s, and we have 32. And switch between those. You don't need to play the 32s, it's enough if you're fast enough. Even if you only can play 8 notes, you still can play cool stuff. It's always a matter of highlights. As I said, the highlights is the main thing in any kind of music. It's always to create this motion with releasing tension, building up tension to a highlight, and then dropping it. Some say it's similar to sex. This might be, but it's just, I mean, when you watch movies in the cinema or wherever, it's all about this tension going on. And whatever you play, it's not about the speed you're playing, it's about your attitude in playing. And of course, if you want to play ass-kicking rock guitar, you need to feel like that, otherwise you don't sound like that. If you have another mood, then play it in another mood, but try to express your mood. And this is what makes real valuable music, and not like a summary of licks, just this lick, this lick is totally boring. But it's the music which makes it. And so comes the final phrase, I'm gonna play myself. I'm pretty in a bad mood in these days. Check my blog of these days, so you will see why. So this is the story about ass-kicking rock guitar, and you enjoy it and got some ideas how to improve your playing. If you think, oh, I already know these licks, it's not. Once again, it's not about the licks, it's about the mood. I'm gonna just try to show you how you get into the moods, how you express your moods, and how you really get a true individual expression on the guitar, and not like you sound like how are these birds called, these who can talk. You say something and they say this like in German is Papagei. They just talk what people telling them, and I don't want that people just repeat licks. I want to get people at individual expressions and get into music, because music is fun. So enjoy it and see you.